In the men's room, each one is allowed 6 feet in length by 1 foot and 4 inches in breadth. See how closely they lie. They are compelled to remain in this position on the hard deck for several of weeks together. And there in the center, you see boys. They are allowed 5 feet by 1 foot and 2 inches. And the girls are packed together in the stern of the vessel. They are allowed 4 feet in length by 1 foot in breadth. The women are allowed 5 feet and 10 inches by 1 foot and 4 inches. The height from the place where they are lie to the deck above them is 5 feet 8 inches. The men are fastened together 2 and 2 by handcuffs on their wrists and by iron riveted on their legs. Do you know why they are thus brought from their home? It is simple. Because of slaveholders in America will pay money for them. If we could only abolish slavery everywhere, we should not need any law nor any cruiser to stop the slave trade. But look again at the picture. Perhaps one of those men is a slave Paul, who was stolen away from his own mother, who was a widow, and from his wife and 4 children. In the crowd all, he breathed the suffocating air. His thoughts fly back to his native village, and he thinks with feeling of anguish of the wife of his bosom and his beloved children. He tried to get up on his feet with the galling iron reminding that his feet and legs are claimed by another. They are not after to be employed in providing food for those who are dearer than his wife to him. He does not know that he is to be compelled by the bloody cut of the knee lash to use those hands to gravitate the avarice and laziness of his tormentor. In the ball narrative, you will learn that Paul was brought to the United States, where he was treated so cruelly that he hung himself to obtain relief from his torment. But you will of course suppose that the room where the slaves are confined will soon become very filthy. The slave traders will not forget them, for if they should, the slave would all become sick and die in a horrible manner. They love money too well to let their victim perish in their own filth. About 8 o'clock in the morning, they are brought up to the main deck. As each pair come up a strong chain, fastened by a ring ball on the deck, is passed through the iron which confine them together. This is done to prevent them from fighting against their tyrant. They are permitted to remain on the deck about 8 hours. If the weather is favorable, During this time, they are fed, and the room below is clean. About 4 o'clock, they are forced back to spend 16 hours of wretchedness in the gloomy hold. When the weather is bad, they are not even allowed this privilege. They are then only permitted to come up in companies of about 10 at a time, to remain for 15 minutes. The picture was taken from a vessel called the Bronx of Liverpool. You there see only 294 slaves. That same vessel did carry at one time 609 slaves. They were packed together on a large shelf so that none of them could sit upright. Gustavus Vassil gives the following account of the commencement of the voyage. When he was himself brought from Africa, the stench of the old while we were on the coast was so intolerable, loathsome, that it was dangerous to remain there for any time. And some of us had been permitted to stay on the deck for the fresh air. But now that the whole ship cargo were confined together, it became absolutely pestilential. The closeness of the place and the heat of the climate added the number in the ship, which was so crowded that each had scarcely room to turn himself, almost suffocated us. This produced copious perspiration, so that the hair soon become unfit for respiration. From a variety of lonesome smells, and brought on a sickness amongst the slaves.